a light of hope and possibility. We are a flexible people. We are responsive people. We are a kind and loving people. Tradition teaches us that light is the way through darkness. But I'm of the opinion that light's good, and you can make it on your own, maybe, but we need to be together in the process. There are storms all around, metaphorically, culturally, and politically. But the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tampa is about light and hope and caring. So before I go ahead and give my whole sermon for the next 2 hours, this is a time-honored tradition of light in the darkness. I'm not sure any culture, any dialect, any location has it trying to find fire. Welcome to the fire. The month of May is about imagination. The month of May is about imagination here. These themes come to us from connections elsewhere, but they sort of reflect our shared awareness of Unitarian and Universalist around the world, at least American side. When I was a kid, my aunt, my mama, my grandmother, I got a message when I was enthusiastic about stuff, and they were lost in their own dealing with life, sort of like we get. And I would rant and rave about something, overbearing. And I remember one time my Aunt Beth, she was home from work, and I was sitting on the couch with her at grandmother's and granddaddy's, well, Gran and Miss Adelaide's house. And I was telling my story, and I looked over, and she was asleep. And then she woke up. I was, disappointed. And she said, "Imagine that, Doak. Imagine that." Human beings are given a movable thumb and a means to put thoughts together. Imagine that. My background was in a rural Methodist church, rural Church of Christ, rural Southern Baptist church. But then I got some sense along the way and studied Bible in seminary and studied history. I imagined myself in all those epic tales. Joseph Campbell expressed that part. Edith Underwood did it before him in the 19th century about the myths. So here's a rewriting by Doak of Saul of Tarsus' letter to the Philippians, or the letter to Philippi. Many of us who are from that tradition will recognize my recasting of it because it was a favorite of Southern preachers. Philippians 4:8-9 from the Message, and then I adapted it from the Message. Summing all of it up, friends. I say that you'll be best by filling your minds and meditating on things true, noble, reputable, authentic, compelling, gracious. The best, not the worst. the beautiful, not the ugly, things to praise, not things to curse. Put into practice what you've learned from me, what you heard and saw and realized. Do that in eternal continuity that makes everything work again. Work together. Will work in you the most excellent harmonies. Imagine that. A mentor of mine, a Cherokee elder, said to me one time, it's about balance and harmony. And I found that in researching the Native American people of my region, the Cherokees, the principal people. Now, I'm not kin to them, but we had an oral tradition in my family, and my predecessors imagined that. Balance and harmony. Balance within, harmony without. Before I get into my oration, I want to recognize all the folks that make every Sunday possible and every event we have here possible. From replacing the mailbox that was taken out Friday night. By noon Saturday, we had a replacement. We had an event yesterday in recognition of a beautiful life. And we had 50 or 60 neighbors, and within that number was a few of ours sharing in the loss of a child. And I got to be in the middle of it, sort of trying to shepherd everything together. I hate the word shepherd, because you can't shepherd cats. You get the idea. And we're going to be ragged and less than Broadway perfect because it's participatory faith, it's participatory community. It's us struggling to see one another again and be assured of love motivating us, not driving us, caring for us. And this pulpit was inherited somewhere. I'm not sure, I've tried, some of you probably could tell me, but was it here 10, 12 years ago when I came here. And I think it came with this new dome. And it had a symbol in the center. It showed the pretty good piece of art, but it was real miniature. And it was decided before I came here, again, this phrase, caring, learning, acting. And we're people of the dome. I did a little research and did a little remembering that the dome is celestial imaging. It was a place to bury the dead before we knew any languages of those folks. It had artistic renderings in it, made by fire, smoke, fingers and brushes and willows or whatever. And I've always been enamored by American history. And I could be on jeopardy if I could remember it all quick enough. And I couldn't even do it when I was 30, so it's like, okay, I remember that later. So like driving home after a sermon going, dang, I missed that one. I could have had that illustration. So the presidents who occupy the office of the White House, built by slave labor, and the owners of the slaves got the proceeds. They get to do a State of the Union. Well, I've been here a quarter because I'm giving today the State of the Dome. Who are we? What are we here for? How do we be here for? What's our destiny? Now, I can't answer all those this morning, but they will motivate me every time I get in this pulpit. I first said I want to get rid of this pulpit. Can I? And then I got a bit of wisdom, maybe. This links us to the bickering, the struggling, the celebrations. This pulpit has been the support for people occupying this position or doing a program to share their truth. Not the truth, their truth. Hoping that those who hear and those who feel and those who see will have some kind of comfort, maybe even inspiration, maybe just a time away from all the mess. This is a dangerous thing we do. It's a frightening thing we do. Every time we confront reality, I'm disappointed at first. At first. And then I look to my imagination, my memories that I don't even think I could remember another day, my dreams, my interaction with people, and know that it doesn't matter what happens, it's okay. We're okay. And in this place that's got sinkholes, that trees nearly, what was those storms last fall? It's endured. There are domes around the world that have signified for those who entered it the connection of heaven and earth. It's a half a circle. Our roof are triangles made into diamonds. It could be set on a square, which is geometry, architecture, another means of communicating. I'm told that mathematicians and great scientists who move us along see that as poetry, a story, a symbol that gives them a sense of competency, that gives them a sense of it's okay. And then there's a passage of time. I served Huntsville, Alabama for 15 years. I'm getting married in the church that I served for 15 years. Not the building, but the people. So what am I saying? People of the Dome come and go, generation after generation. On February the 26th, 1989, a few still are here, took the chairs from the little dome, I call it the Mama Dome, and brought it over here and had a worship service. And it was maybe 30 or 40. And they imagined this place. They imagined it because they came from downtown. And there was a conflict over that. Some people didn't want to come up here. There wasn't anything here. Morris Bridge and Davis and the interstate were in the future. And our property faced Morris Bridge, but not Davis Road. And just before I came here, in 2013, the multipurpose building was built. And people fussed and fumed. And they came together. We come and go. Something about the mystical place that this is endures. And we don't drag people out. We don't tell them they're hypocrites. Well, some of these probably do, but it won't happen from this pulpit. Because it's a sacred honor we have with one another. If we love as best we can find common ground. And I bring to this pulpit, I hope I work on it every day, a free faith that says I would love to, or hopefully I could listen to your journey and your hurts and not be threatened by it. And if it's okay, we'll look into one another's eyes and we'll be all right. And if I'm struggling, if I'm broken, I hope you will have enough gumption, as my mama would say, to jerk me up and say, Doak, it's okay. We're going to make this work. See, because life is just an experiment, an adventure. We are the walking wounded. We are the gentle mongrels. We're the hopeful savages. The Hungarian church, Unitarian, has as its symbol the dove and the snake. It's taken from a passage in Matthew, and Matthew was sort of close to the story, that Jesus, as I remember it, said to his people, all boys but several girls that are ridden out, I send you into the world, but be as gentle as doves and as shrewd, wise, smart as serpents. Because the serpent is the ancient symbol for renewal. They shed their skin. They come from eggs. We're here to explore and celebrate ourselves, learn new things that we can adapt to, and grow a soul. And grow a soul. I planted sunflower seeds in my front yard, and I followed the instructions under a palm. It had fertilizer in it. It's one of those packs from Dollar General. It could be last year's stock. It could be 2 years old. It could have no life in it. And nothing's shown yet. But I'm in the 4th week, and it said about the 4th week that you'll see something. And my crop's not in yet. And I'm preparing it so I can show it to Kathy when she comes. I hope it's ready by the 21st of May. Religious communities, the state of the union of the people called the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tampa is good. No president ever said state of the union is bad. Jimmy Madison, who had to ride out as commander-in-chief, Dolly rescued the portrait of Washington, cut it out of the frame, and had the freed men, or maybe even slaves, who worked for Master Jamie and the Madam Dolly, and she saved that picture. And it's now in the dome. Has that got a dome? No, that doesn't have a dome. The rotunda does. The State of the Union of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tampa is good. And we will have a church if we can keep it. And we will have an open community if we can sustain it with goodwill and love. Amen. I'm an associate member of the Great Britain Association of Unitarians and Free Christians. I'm a member of the Unitarian Universalist Association Ministerial Association. All of that in good standing. I'd signed up to go to GA in April in the Midlands of the UK, but my plans changed. So 2 weeks ago, I got a box, international postage. And I recognized the name, but I didn't recognize the name. It was from the registrar of the General Assembly, who had an attendance of 300 participants and 49 ministers. And the package contained this stole. And I thought, I'm international now. See, that's what it's about, connections. All our visitors are welcome to stay. We'll feed you. You can get a peek of who we are, and the congregation will do its business in 15 minutes or so. Go in peace and take the light with you. And remember, you can kindle it in your heart. Just remember who you are. You're people of the dome.